What up, y'all? Appreciate you showing up, hanging out, listening to my dumb ass. Like and subscribe. I'm on the move. So it seems that there's a bunch of ponies out there that are kind of freaking out. Mainly because Xbox has changed the game. The console warring game, if you will. Content war? We don't know. It's a video game wars, whatever we're going to end up calling it. Because it doesn't, I guess console war moniker isn't accurate. It's not accurate. And so I think Doc Dark posted a tweet. And it was with a picture of, he has the ROG Ally X. I believe he has the X. Or just the Ally. Who knows? It was, the Steam store popped up on, so he can go, and I think he had Spider-Man. I guess he had Spider-Man on Steam, because he's a PC gamer now. And so he's like, oh, they done did it. Or something like that. I don't know. Paraphrasing, of course. But so I'm like, okay. I can see why all these donkey unicorns and ponies are crying. Like, it's not an Xbox, it's a PC, blah, blah, blah. And, I mean, we went over this before. Every console from the beginning of time is basically a PC. The difference is that consoles have a bespoke OS that is catered to the cartridge form and the controller form, you know. But they're all the same. They all have CPUs. They all have sound chips. GPUs, not so much in the early consoles, but I mean, they're, you know, in the Genesis and NES, they had graphics chips in there. So if you want to consider that a GPU, I think, I'm pretty sure the PlayStation had something in there, and the Dreamcast, all that stuff had something comparable to whatever was out at the time. But, you know, these donkey unicorns and these ponies are very upset because they see what's going on. They see that Xbox is changing the game, and they see that Sony cannot compete with what they're doing. So they try to downplay it and try to say, oh, it's not a console, or you can't play Xbox console games, and all these asinine, dumbass arguments that don't matter. And it's like, oh, is it the same game? Can I play it? What's the matter? Oh, the one that I'm gonna get is a better version of the game from the console. So I could play the PC version, and get the better version. You know, I mean, granted, we don't know what the hardware is gonna be like or whatever, so that's always part of the equation. But I am very happy with what is happening in video games right now, because what is happening is Microsoft, usually the one ahead of the curve, too far ahead of the curve, and they, you know, all the public sentiment is, oh, we don't want that, you know. That's what happened with the PS4, because the Xbox One was like, yo, you could have digital, you could sell your digital games back, you could trade them in, you could do all this stuff. And people weren't having it because you have to, you have to sign in and you have to do all these things or whatever. I was like, dude, don't you want to, I'm telling you, Microsoft was way ahead of the curve, because if that was right now, there'd be mad people selling digital, like, oh, I got these digital copies of games, let me get rid of this, buy some more stuff, you know, just trade them back and forth. Like, whoa, that'd be dope. Maybe they will implement that, you know, later down the line, because everybody has amnesia, and so nobody's going to remember about that stuff. And what happened to Xbox and why everybody like kind of panicked, it happened anyway. It's every console's Nintendo shoved it down the throats of everybody. Yeah, you gotta get online to update your console, because you don't play the old Switch games until you update it, and blah blah. And I mean, it's been that way for Xbox. When you get your Xbox, you go on the phone and you boop boop, you activate it. It's real easy and simple. Boop boop boop. It ties into your Gamertag, into your thing. And what the hell's going on here? I hope they're not behind me. Oh, good. Anyway, so yeah, it's like these Donkey Unicorns and Ponies are freaking out. And Doc comes out and does that, and everybody else is is coming out, and like when I look at like Alex and Doc and like the PC centric guys, even VG Fight School, they're loving it, and I feel them because first, I mean, Steam is the main thing, really. I mean, GOG is fine, Epic Games, that's cool too, but Steam is the golden goose. And it's like, yo, PlayStation, they got no chance of competing with a console that can play Steam and all these other things. You can play Xbox, Steam, and all. Not to mention that, oh yeah, PlayStation put their game on PC on Steam because they don't have their own launcher. This is why Xbox's plan is so genius. Even if PlayStation made their own launcher for PC, which I think they were working on, or maybe they do have it or something, I don't know. Nobody would buy games on that because everybody uses Steam. Steam is the key for domination. Steam was already the de facto go-to on PC. Already, it's like, yo, you game on PC, you're on Steam. Period. There's no other question. No. I mean, you could probably have an Epic account, probably have GOG if you want to get, DRM stuff, free DRM free games. Actually own the actual game. But Steam is where it's at. They got the sales. They got all kind of free little demos and little stuff and stuff. If you're a content creator and you're on PC, Steam. Let's be real. That's what it is. And so look at the path of Microsoft's taking: Steam, GOG, Epic, all these freaking Ubisoft, whatever else. I'm trying to remember what the other ones. Boom, right? You have one console that has all these storefronts, all the games, even PlayStation games. And that's the beauty of what they did. That's where I think, like, I'm looking at Microsoft, I'm like, yo, I mean, I know they messed up in the past and stuff, but that's mainly, I think, the money people and the capitalistic side of Microsoft, where they're like, we want to make more money, and they do some stupid things. They make stupid decisions. But moves like this is both. It's not a stupid decision. It's a very smart decision, and it will make them money. Now, people like Colin Moriarty, who is getting dumber by the day, I don't know what's happening with him, but I don't know. But he's like, what sense does, paraphrasing, what sense does it make for Xbox to have other stores? They're going to bypass the Xbox. They're not going to make any money, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, so if somebody buys the Xbox console and then buys games on Steam, let's say they buy Xbox games on Steam. Sure, they don't get 100%. They still get 70%. And they can go to GOG. They can go wherever they want as long as they're buying Xbox games. And that's the whole thing about Xbox. Play where you want to, buy it where you want to. We're still going to get paid. And if you buy the console, then you can play it all at once. It's like, it's such an alluring proposition for video gamers, where it's like, oh, okay, I don't have to buy 3, 4, 5 consoles. I can just buy one console, and then boom, 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 boom. I got most of the games. Plus, and here's another thing, little tangent, but here's another thing. People like Porter Rock and people who are dumb, they swear that this new Xbox is a PC. It's a PC. You're not gonna have it's not a console. It's a PC. I'm like, how can grown people with more than a couple of brain cells up in there be that dumb? Because they're literally showing you what they're doing with the ROG Ally X, with the ROG Xbox Ally X and Ally. They're showing you a glimpse of the UI. Now, imagine this. The next Xbox that comes out is a pyramid shape. That'd be dumb. It's the same as the Xbox Series X. It looks exactly the same, but it's the new Xbox, and it has the UI of the ROG Xbox Ally X. If you get a box in your house, I mean, the look of the box is irrelevant. It's just going to be a console. It's going to look like a console, but it's going to have that UI with Steam, with GOG, with all these other things in it. That's the same. It's like when you go on your console and you go, oh, Paramount, oh, YouTube, oh, it's just an app on your console, on your page. That's all it is. Except you can play PlayStation games on that. That's what it is. That's the main thing that's killing these ponies, killing these donkey unicorns, is that they cannot accept the truth and the fact of the matter that Xbox beat Sony at their own game. Sony can't do anything. They can't money hat. I mean, they can, but now, if they want to prohibit Microsoft from having those games on their console, they can't release it on Steam. It has to be a console exclusive, which doesn't make sense because let's say the PlayStation 6 comes out, right? And they got some exclusives coming out, right? Well, guess what? In order to make money, it has to be cross-platform. And they literally said that. They're prepping y'all. They're saying, yeah, we're really focused on the cross-platform nature of the next generation. I'm like, huh? So you just admitting that these games are just gonna be PlayStation 5 games on a PlayStation 6? That's what you're saying. That's what you're trying to say? So we shouldn't buy a PlayStation. That's what you're saying. We don't need to buy a PlayStation 6 because you're literally making PlayStation 5 games. Microsoft forced their hand so hard, they don't know what to do. They have no recourse. They can't do anything to combat what Microsoft is doing. And Microsoft is they're just like, wait, we got Windows is us, right? Like, yeah, that's Jeff in the back. He does the Windows. I mean, he cleans the windows too, but he does the Windows dude in the back. He's back. So, and then we got Xbox. We make that, right? Like, yeah, that's Charlie. Charlie's over there. He's in lunch right now, but he's usually over there at the desk, and he's console dude. He do the Xbox. It's kind of the same because it's like the Xbox is like it's like little windows and then little bit of windows, but the windows like big windows, So they're kind of pretty much. So why don't we can we make them like one thing like Xbox Window X? Can we do that? I don't see why not. Why don't what did Phil say? Oh, hold up. Hello. Yeah. This is Big Daddy Phil. Big Daddy Phil. This is Philip. Really, it's Maximus. Genesis. Spencer. First of his name, last of his kind. And yes, you guys got to start working together. Windows team, Xbox team, work together, make it happen. Click. But so I guess we got to work together now. Okay. So how do we do it? I don't know. I just do the recycle. The little trash can in it. That's my job. That's all I do on Windows. I don't know nothing about. Y'all get what's quick resume? How does that work? You can imagine like the crazy kind of intricacies between like the two systems, and like how do you smash them together and make something that works seamlessly, effortlessly, and all these things. Like you think about that, but I mean, look, they've been doing Windows for a minute. They know what they doing. Them in the traffic. And it's for me, it's fascinating because I'm an old head. Obviously, I'm a gray beard. I'm more of a silver beard, honestly. And I've seen the beginning of computers. First computer I ever had, well, our family had, was a PC Junior, IBM PC Junior. not a good computer at all. I mean, at the time it was all right. It was cool. Had King's Quest on it. I only had 4 colors. I'm surprised I can actually see regular colors fine, because it was like that. It was what was it? It was cyan and magenta and all those goofy colors. It was not VGA. What was it? I can't remember what the what the acronyms were for those goofy ass colors. But yeah. So first computer was that. Then what? I ended up getting a Amiga 500 for myself, because I was like, oh, I saw a demo of some wireframe mountain or something. I was like, that's cool, 3D graphics, and got that, and I actually started doing music on it instead of doing I had a couple of games and stuff. It was the Disney, what was it called? The Disney Animation Studio. I think that's what it was called. And so it was frame by frame. You could actually draw. It was hard because you had to draw with the goofy mouse. And I'm like, ugh. I tried. And I was like, And I did one or two little shorts. But what I did was, this is definitely a tangent. What I did was I would do frame by frame on anime on I forgot what show I did it, but I did a couple of seconds, whatever. And I would just go on the VCR. I had a good enough VCR where I could do frame by frame. So I go to the next frame and draw it. Go to the next frame and draw it on it. Oh my gosh. And that's when I realized that animation is tedious, and it's a little too tedious for me. I still want to, delve into some animation type of stuff, but it's more CG, because the CG is a little bit more easier. And that's more for video production and stuff. And for the music videos that I do, I want visuals with it too. So that's why I do it. But anyway, I'm not going to be an animator. I'm too old. Never too old to do whatever you want to do. Yeah. Anyway, so computers have been around for a while, for a minute, right? And the computers that we call video game systems, consoles. Honestly, like I said, all these systems have CPUs and blah blah blah. But I think NEC, because NEC with the TurboGrafx, basically the PC Engine, that was a console, right? A TurboGrafx 16, or PC Engine in Japan. PC Engine. I want to stress that a little bit more. PC Engine. And NEC made that. NEC made CPUs. They made chips. That's what their business was. And they said, hey, let's make a console. Which is really just you know what consoles were? Consoles were computers made to look like toys for kids, because they were for kids initially. Kids grew up, still like to play. Then you get PlayStation, you get Dreamcast, you get Xbox. The big boy consoles, because the ages and the years. And so, whatever. The argument that this isn't a console, it literally says on the back of the ROG Ally X. It says, what does it say? It says video game console PC. That's what it says. Or it says handheld console PC. That's what it says. And I'm like, console comes first. And the thing is, it's both. Why can't it be both? Right? Just like a PC can play games, and a console can, technically can run an operating system like Windows. You got to jump through hoops and know what you're doing, but it can do it. And if a console can run Windows, then it's a PC. And what I'm referring to is someone, I don't know who did this, I can't remember. I just saw it on, I think it was on the shorts or whatever. Someone had a PS2 and they loaded up Windows 95, 98. I think it was 98 onto it, and it worked. And I was like, wow, okay. So if a PlayStation 2 can run a Windows OS, does that not make it a PC? I'm just saying. Well, you could plug in a USB stick to an original Xbox. You just need an adapter. That's how you can, do some of the FTP stuff. Just use an Ethernet cable onto your network, and you can, move games around and stuff. There's all kind. It's a PC. Come on. Anyway, sorry for the tangent, but yeah. Look, Donkey Unicorns and Ponies, they're freaking out because of this handheld, and it's not so much the actual unit itself. It is the premise, and is the actual momentum, and it's the idea that Xbox consoles will be playing PlayStation games without, and PlayStation can't do anything about it. I mean, they can if they refuse to put games on PC. And that's the beauty of this whole thing, is like Microsoft was like, all right, we're just going, which is not a hard thing. I mean, it's hard, but it's like, yo, we already got Windows. It's not like they have to go and join and do a partnership with the PC overlords. That's them already. They already have all the ingredients. They just needed the right chef to go in there and say, ting, poing, ting, 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 ting. That's all. And so I guess Jason Ronald might be that dude. I don't know. I mean, he seems to be he's the next gen architect. So, I mean, honestly, I'm gonna be real. The Xbox Series X and the S, they are the best consoles this generation. And also, I mean, I'm talking about design wise. Like how did they do this? And like pound for pound, the Xbox Series S is just, I initially had one. I'm like, yo, this is real good, right? I was like playing like the next gen games, and I got an X. I'm like, it's kind of hard to see the difference unless it's side by side and stuff. So I'm like, yo, the Xbox Series S is pushing way above its weight. Now all this, there's a lot of things that have happened this generation have been just narrative based and not factual, and the fact that the devs have been complicit in perpetuating all these narratives sucks, because they're sitting there saying, oh, the Xbox, the Series S can't do it, and then it's like, that's not what it is. You did a deal, but you obviously can't say anything because I don't know. So it's like, yeah, man. I mean, Sony's been playing dirty for a while, and now we see what's going on, and Sony is so far behind in games of service, in their attitude towards the industry, in their roadmap. They're not going. I don't look when King says no PlayStation 6, we're gonna run it up on these bums and all this stuff. Look, I'm not saying there isn't gonna be a PlayStation 6. What I am saying is that there will be no need for a PlayStation 6, because they are literally making PlayStation 5 games for, I would say, at least the first half of next generation. So everybody who has a PlayStation 5 Pro right now, don't buy PlayStation 6, because you're not getting any games for it. You don't even have games. And if they're going to do one game a year, how you think they're going to make it only for the PlayStation 6? Hell to the nah. They're going to try to sell as many of those as possible. So it's got to be cross-platform. And it's probably going to be day and date on PC, which means it's going to be on Xbox too. Woo woo! Anyway, I appreciate you hanging out. Hit me up in the comments below. Let me know what you think about these Donkey Unicorns and Ponies freaking out about Xbox making these 69D chess moves, slapping them through the internet, up and down. They can't do nothing about it. You gotta make some room. They can't do nothing about it, and it's just hilarious. But anyway, I'll talk to you on the next one. Took the wait.